What is the gender gap in ADHD? Now, just to clarify, what I mean by gender gap is the ratio of men to women who are diagnosed with ADHD. Now, from what I've read and from what I've actually seen in my life and from what I've overheard, it seems to be a common idea that men more commonly have ADHD than women do. Now, this is the thing, I wouldn't say it's more common in men, but it's definitely more commonly recognized in men than it is in women. I think roughly the ratio of men to women who are actually diagnosed with ADHD is about 16-1, so it's quite a difference. So that's like 1 woman will be diagnosed as opposed to 16 men. Now, because I'm a woman myself, I thought this is just a relevant topic to discuss. So, essentially, a large part of that comes down to social ideologies. So it's not more common in men, it's just more commonly, like I said, recognized. The reason for that is, think about it, in society, even today, with like growing acceptance and growing individuality and growing ideas of breaking gender stereotypes and things like that, men are usually seen, or boys, as impulsive. Think about like teenage boys or little boys. When they play and when they mess around, you're more likely to assume that their version of play is going to be a bit more impulsive, it's going to be a bit more hyperactive, more active in general, roughhousing, play fighting, climbing on things, that kind of thing. And when it comes to girls, you're not going to expect that as much, just because that's the way that society seems to build things up, it seems to like impose those ideas on people, whether we like them or not, it happens. So, however, because of that, because the impulsivity and the hyperactivity and the behavior difficulties associated with ADHD, most of the time people are looking for those kinds of behaviors in men anyway, so they get noticed more. But with women, not so much. Same goes for autism, but that has something more to do with masking. Now, women, more likely, again, whether we like it or not, and this is just truth in the situation, as we grow up in society, we kind of learn to carry ourselves a certain way. It's this idea that, women mature faster than men do. But I think in one of my previous videos, I mentioned how people with ADHD tend to have a lower mental age. So for women with ADHD, that's not necessarily true, but they do develop methods a lot sooner in life to sort of masking their behavior, learning methods to suppress it, manage it, control it, and for that reason it doesn't get picked up as much. There's also the idea of the industry, or medical industry anyway, still kind of overlooking clinical issues in women from time to time. An issue that, while may still be happening, hopefully will change over time, again, as growing acceptance happens, as people start to be more open-minded and understand things like neurodiversity more, on a much deeper level. So, yes, so there is a difference, in terms of diagnosis, but not in terms of actually having it. So though the ratio may be 16-1, it's decreasing all the time because more and more women these days are getting diagnosed at different ages and from different places, because I suppose now, because doctors and such, and even family members or people in society in general who know at least a little bit about this, know what to look for. And women themselves, at least, might pick up on it as they grow older, because you can feel it. I'm not saying you can feel ADHD. What I mean is, despite the way you act or the way you present yourself to other people, you know what's going on inside you, your emotions, you know what's going on inside your head, you know how you feel. And more women are picking up on that, making the connection between those things and symptoms or characteristics of ADHD, and then going for the diagnosis. So, again, myself, I was actually diagnosed as a kid, and these were things that I didn't consider when I was a kid. But now that I'm older, I see that actually it's very relevant to bring up. So that's why I am. But anyway, so that's the gist of it. This is a pretty short video, to be honest, because I thought it was just a relevant thing to bring up. And again, if you're someone with ADHD, or someone who knows about someone with ADHD, or you're just someone who's curious about ADHD, just read up on it a little bit. It'll help you understand yourself, or it'll help you understand the person you know, or it'll in general just help you understand the disorder, so then you can keep an eye out for it. Because there are difficulties, lots of difficulties associated, lots of benefits, advantages and such as well, but also lots of difficulties. And it's nice for people to be able to recognize that and give out a helping hand. Now, and that's the point of these videos. So yeah, I think that's just about it. I don't have anything else to say on anything more to say on it. However, if you like the video and you want to see more, then please follow, like, leave a comment, questions in the comments, requests for future videos. Any thoughts or opinions you have on what I've just said, more than welcome, and I'll probably make another video on this when I've read into it more deeply, so I can go into more either the scientific route or the personal route, or maybe just relay some stories from myself, from my past, from my life, or people I know, with their permission, of course. And other than that, repost the video, because that'd definitely be helpful, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're interested. Other than that, have a great day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye!